Welcome to Elway Power Sports, guys. Today we're going to be talking about a newer model, a newer line of machines that we've been taking on. That's going to be on-road CF Motos. So today we're going to talk about the IBEX 450 and the 450 SS from CFMOTO for their street and their adventure models. Let's get into it. Starting off on the street side of the 450 SS, very aggressive styling. CFMOTO came out and absolutely crushed it with their styling on this, made it look very aggressive, gave it the winglets. It's just a 450, but when you put it on the track, this thing would be an absolute monster. Two-cylinder, 449cc, putting out 50 horsepower. That realistically is more than any of the other 400cc bikes, and so the fact that they just come out right on top of the game and just blow them away is super, super cool. The Brembo in the front is one of my favorite parts. Seeing a brand like CFMOTO go and start using just big name brand models like that is a huge perk to these things. The fact that if you were to even go get like a Kawasaki or a Yamaha, you may not get options like that. Inverted forks, as a sports bike should have. Again, paired to that engine, they've got a 6-speed transmission on these. So for a long time, getting a 6-speed on an introductory bike was actually kind of a harder thing. Now they have made it a standard basically across the entire bottom end of their bikes. Liquid cooled, fuel injected, all of the great necessities that every sport bike should have. And then one big thing, they dial in their motor just a little bit different than everybody else to give it a beautiful sound that you don't really hear from any of these bikes. Starting at the front of the bike, what I love is they also introduced LEDs to everything. So all of your blinkers, front and rear are LEDs. Your taillight and your headlights are a very, very vibrant LED that you cannot miss. When you see this thing on the road, the lights are always on. You know as soon as you see it that this is a CFMOTO. And the best part about it is they're super visible. With this white color scheme, this thing absolutely stands out in day-to-day traffic and giving you a very, very high visibility, just keeping you one more of those safety factors while you're out riding. They also give you a very thick bar end and a little bit of a built-in frame slider on these. So on a beginner bike, more than likely, every once in a while, somebody's gonna drop the bike. So the fact that you have a little bit of protection in there to protect your fairings if this thing were to go down and hit the ground, the fact that they offer something like that just makes choosing what bike you should buy a little bit easier when these things come in at a very reasonable price point and offer all of the features that they do. It is fantastic. From a rider standpoint, 31-inch seat height, very easy, very comfortable, also a very aggressive peg, front and rear. The seats on these are very cushiony, so not only are you not going to be hurting while you're riding, your feet are going to be able to stay on the pegs, won't be slipping off or anything like that. I absolutely love these pegs. They're a little bit larger than some of the other ones that you see in the industry, so just one little touch that makes this bike kind of stand out. Another thing, CFMOTO offers their Ride Sync app. So you connect your phone to the bike and you can see all of your data from the bike directly on your app. Super handy, super cool. Playing around with it is just a ton of fun. Stick around to the end. We will give you a little snapshot of what this bike sounds like idling with some revs. Other than that, we're gonna switch lanes from the street side and move over and start talking about the IBEX 450. Like I said, moving into the IBEX 450. This bike has been widely asked for here at the dealership. When we finally got them, one was already pre-sold and this is the one that we have left. We'll be getting more, but if you want one, come see us. Let's get into talking about this thing a little bit. They use a very similar 449cc twin cylinder on the 450 SS as they do this as well. They change it up a little bit, tuning and gear wise, even though it does still have a 6-speed transmission, which is awesome to see in an entry-level adventure bike. They put out 44 horsepower on this guy. A little bit more torque though, so when you are off-road, you have a little bit more low-end power to be able to get you in and out of some of those more rough situations. Starting from the front, again, a very aggressive styling on these. It's one of the best things about these CFMOTOs. They hit the game running hard and they just put everything out that they have. So again, super aggressive styling. This bike looks absolutely phenomenal. On an adventure bike, one thing that you definitely need as well, a very large yet aggressive peg. These things are awesome. Really, really sticky. Your foot's not going to slide around on them, so when you're going through wet or muddy conditions, you know that you have a large place to put your foot, also is going to keep it there. Same thing with the brake. They add these little spikes onto the brake pedal to be able to make sure that when your foot is on it and you don't want it to slip off, it's very grippy, and whatever boot or shoe you're wearing is going to stay on that brake pedal to make sure you are safe. On that note, on-road, off-road, they have a one-touch on and off button for your ABS and for your traction control. So super nice, easy to do, just right here on the bar. Speaking of your display, again, your Ride Sync app, connect your phone to it, pull all of your data from the motorcycle. You can see it all on your phone. Very easy, very fun to use. And these displays, both the same display on the 450SS and the IBEX. Very large, easy to read, very bright and vibrant. I absolutely love these displays. That honestly one of the best ones I think I've seen. KYB for suspension, what a game changer on, again, CFMOTO. Coming out with something that you don't see a lot on some of the other name brand bikes. So the fact that they go use one of these big brands for their front suspension makes the bike just more well-rounded and ride that much better. As well as a 32-inch seat height. For an adventure bike, that's fantastic. A guy like me sits very, very comfortable on it. If you're a little shorter or a little taller, it is not a hard bike to fit on, as well as having a very comfortable plush seat for both the driver and the passenger. Again, off-road, you have your skid plate down below, so when you're on those trails going over rocks or trees or whatever it is, you don't have to worry about hitting your exhaust or your engine on what you're going over. You have a skid plate down there that seems very thick, very sturdy, to help save a lot of your stuff. One kind of interesting aspect of these is the wheels and tires. You have spoked wheels with a tubeless tire. So in my opinion, that's really, really cool because I love the way that spoked wheels look, but the hassle of messing around with tubes is such a pain. So the fact that they bring you a tubeless tire makes your options just that much more wide for what tires you can actually put on here, and you don't have to mess around with doing tubes or anything like that. It's just throw your tire on and you're ready to go. Thank you guys for joining us for this video down here at Elway Power Sports. As I said, we're a little bit of a new dealer for their on-road, off-road motorcycles for the CFMOTOs. So as we start getting more bikes in, we will start doing more videos. Right now, the 450 class is what we have gotten in stock. If you have any questions on either the IBEX or the SS, leave them in the comments below. If you're trying to get your hands on them, give us a call or come see them here in person at our Elway Power Sports of Lincoln dealership. Also, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on YouTube. Go ahead and hit your subscribe button if you guys are liking our content, and then comment what you guys want to see next. That's going to do it for the 450 class from CFMOTO. We'll see you guys next time.